There were 5 of us, 5 women, who, when we were in town together, we would go to the pokies. So it was only a few times a year, and we would go to the local for a cheap and cheerful, we called it, a cheap and cheerful and a flutter. Nobody bet very high, and it seemed harmless. My life was pretty full on with a lot of hard stuff, and my marriage was in trouble. And one particular night, we'd had a really bad argument, and I thought I had to get out of the house. So I grabbed the keys and my handbag and thought, I'm just going for a drive. I drove past one of the venues I used to go to with my friends, and the lights literally beckoned me from the side of the road and said, come in, you know what to do in here, you know it's warm and safe, you know there are security guards there, it's a perfect place for a woman on her own to go to. And so I went in, sat down, put some money into a machine and pressed the buttons, and as the machine symbols started to roll around and the music came on, I can remember feeling settled or more settled. I now know that that's what the machine is designed to do. I didn't know that then, and that was the beginning of the end for me. The language around problem gamblers and the industry speak of, there's only a few, so I sat there in my shameful secret and thought, well, that's me. I'm only one of a few. I should be able to do this. Other people can do it, so why can't I? And it stopped me from even considering getting any help. I went deeper and deeper. So I went along to this group to support a friend. It was about social inclusion and doing other things besides gambling, and it was very useful for me. It reminded me that I loved music and art and all sorts of things like that, because you forget all that. The addiction disconnects you from everything that you are. And at the end of the year, I fessed up to the group that I too was a gambler, and they were wonderful. They embraced me and said, go you, and then I decided I needed to get counselling. So I asked around and found a counsellor who'd handle my big story, and I started what turned out to be years of very good therapy through Gamblers Help and through Edge. I gave up lots of times before I was finally able to give up, and every time I tried, it gave me some information and some experience on what I wanted, what I would do next time. But it's devastating. You just think you're another level of useless. And I've seen it happen so many times with so many people. And that's why it's useful and helpful and everything else to be in a group, because you hear that from other people and you know that you're not alone. And you're not stupid. This is what happens, your brain's been hijacked. Don't wait too long. There is help available. Ring the Gamblers Helpline, have a look online. There's a lot of online stuff now that's very, very useful. Life without gambling is so much better than in the pits of all of that stuff. It's not easy, but it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.